On this edition of Shelby This Week, cleaning up. Hundreds of residents hit the streets to keep the community clean and tidy. Firefighters honored. The Shelby Township Fire Department made history with this year's Firefighter of the Year award. And approved for sale, the vacant Ewell Elementary School building may finally be getting occupied. We have these stories plus much more coming up right now. The Shelby Township Police Department is investigating alleged threats made by a student at Utica High School. Sources say the student told classmates to wear red, symbolizing blood. Police took precautionary measures and removed weapons from the student's home. We will keep you updated as more details unfold. The township is one step closer to filling the vacant Ewell Elementary School building. The Planning Commission approved the special land use permit to occupy the building with an Orthodox church. The proposed tenants said they aren't sure what exactly they're going to do with the entire space, as the church would only take up a fraction of the existing building. The Board of Trustees will vote on the approval of the sale in the coming weeks. Hundreds of volunteers came together to keep the streets of Shelby Township clear of trash and clutter. Our Stacy Sansatera caught up with volunteers and found out why they enjoy cleaning up the community.
Hundreds of residents came out recently to do their part in keeping our township clean and green. This important event, sponsored by the Beautification Committee, has taken place for almost 30 years.
Their annual cleanup day for the township, where residents come and groups come to pick up trash around the roadways.
Beautifying the township would be no easy task without the help of so many volunteers.
The volunteers are crucial. Our committee is all volunteer, and we organize this every year. We have them come back for pizza and pop and celebrate, but if we didn't have the volunteers here, we couldn't run this event.
And though it might feel like a never-ending battle, it all comes back to community.
We like to make sure that we do community projects. That's part of our charter, and this is one of the ways we can give back to the community.
So we're cleaning up the road just to help with just make it less dirty, I guess.
Yeah, why do you think it's important to come out?
Because if we don't, the roads are just going to get super polluted with trash, and it's not going to be good.
In addition to all the hard work taking place on the roads, the Solid Waste and Recycling Committee played host at the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day.
Put all that stuff on the table, no sense in putting it in the cart.
Household hazardous waste is defined as products we buy every day that contain materials that could harm us or the environment if not properly handled. And residents were given the opportunity to bring those hard-to-get-rid-of items for safe and environmentally friendly disposal. And so, while residents took advantage of the opportunity to rid their homes of unwanted items, volunteers continued to clean up the roads.
All right. Yep. Teaching the boys that this is their community and they need to take part in keeping it clean and, hopefully not taking part in making it a mess.
Another successful cleanup day as volunteers hit the streets to help keep our township clean and green. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
We will be airing a program covering all of the Cleanup Day festivities starting this week. 2 Shelby Township firefighters have been named Firefighter of the Year. Firefighter Don Burke and Deputy Fire Marshal Dwayne Staten received the honor from Fire Chief Jim Swinkowski.
Very compelling reasons, and none of us could decide. So for the first time ever, we actually gave them both the award, because for the reasons that they got it, you just couldn't pick one or the other. They were both outstanding. They both did a tremendous job last year. So we nominated both of them and gave them both the Co-Firefighter of the Year awards.
Deputy Fire Marshal Dwayne Staten received the award for his great achievements this year, including starting a fire drill program in Utica Community Schools, and for saving a man's life during a ceremony at Shepherd's Gate Church back in September.
Working in this department, I think we have, I'm a little biased, but I think we have some of the best firefighters in the state. So to be nominated even was a tremendous honor. Being selected as Co-Firefighter of the Year I was very surprised.
Firefighter Don Burke is pretty quiet about the work he does, but after several firefighters were injured on the job last year, he took it upon himself to offer hands-on training in hopes to cut down the number of injuries in the future.
To be honest with you, I didn't quite believe it. It's a pretty good honor to get it here at the fire department. You know, a lot of guys may joke around a little bit, kind of razzing you, but at the end of the day, when you look at it, you appreciate getting awarded for it, for all the hard work you put in, and it's nice to get recognition from the administrative side for, the hard work that you do. And
this is the first time 2 people were chosen as Firefighter of the Year. Congratulations to both. We have a sad update to bring to you. The remains of a Macomb Township man who had been missing since March of 2016 were recovered in Bruce Township last week. 2 teens, one of which being from Shelby Township, have been charged in the murder of Stephen McAfee. He was 19 years old. A 31-year-old man from Clinton Township was sentenced to 10 years in prison for robbing a Shelby Township store last summer. Jeremiah Jackson robbed the 7-Eleven at 24 Mile and Shelby Road back on August 5th, where he held the store clerk at knife point. Shelby Township Police posted a photo from the surveillance video from inside the store on their Facebook page, which led to his arrest within 12 hours. Is it time to fill up your gas tank? If you wait until the right day to do so, you may be saving yourself some big bucks over the years. Gas Buddy has analyzed 3 years of fuel price data to determine when the best day to fill up is. The study says that the best days to fill up your tank are Sunday and Monday, and the best days to just top off your tank are Tuesday and Friday, whereas the most expensive days to pump gas are Thursday and Saturday. The company says that if you follow their chart and search for the lowest prices, you could save up to $325 per year. Once you turn 18, jury duty is something that you have to worry about. One local legislator has a bill in the works to increase the pay to jurors.
As a result, if a juror is going to participate in one of the most sanctified systems we have, which is our American justice system, our legal system, as it relates to civil criminal, we should at least have them break even at a minimum.
State Representative Pete Lucido says it's not fair for people to have to take off work or pay for daycare for their children while being compensated so low for serving a part of the American legal system.
At the end of the day, we've noticed that we saw a real decline in the number of jurors showing up. We saw that there had to be a survey done, and most of them said, I've lost the money that I need to just get by my daily life, which is pay my bills, plus the daycare providers, the mothers and fathers that need daycare for their children. So if you're not going to go to work to make that paycheck and you're not going to be able to pay for your daycare, then at least get them straightened around what it is that they have out of their pocket for the day when they go do their civic duty.
The proposed bill would increase pay for a full day from $25 to $30 and a half day from $12.50 to $15. The juror compensation in Michigan hasn't been increased since 2003. The annual Relay for Life in Shelby Township is less than a month away. The event aims to raise money for the American Cancer Society. The big fundraiser will feature 22 hours of fun activities, music, and special ceremonies. The event is set for May 20th and 21st from 10 a.m. to 8 a.m. at Riverbends Park. Every year, more than 5,000 Relay for Life events take place in over 20 countries. If you're interested in donating or joining a relay team, visit relayforlife.org/ShelbyTownshipMI. Next on Shelby this week, a young man has overcome so much to get where he is today. And a landmark is undergoing renovations, why you won't be seeing a common staple in downtown Utica for a while.
They're having a summer of fun at the Shelby Township Library. Coming up in the month of May, May the 4th be with you. On May 4th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., come dressed as your favorite character and enjoy stories, songs, and galactic games. Then on Saturday, May 6th, stop by the library for free comic book day. Come dressed in a costume and you'll be entered into a prize raffle. There'll also be comic book drawing stations available all day for all ages. For more information, contact the Shelby Township Library at 586-739-7414 or go to ShelbyTWPLIB.org.
When life puts obstacles in someone's path, the way they attempt to get over them speaks volumes about their character. Stacy Sansatera tells us how one Shelby Township student turned his obstacles into endless success.
That smile says a lot. It tells us that no matter what 20-year-old Danny Scrivano is faced with, he will overcome it. Take, for example, a question he gets asked often.
They just asked a lot of questions of how I did things like tie my shoes. The first time I actually tried, I cried.
And that's nothing compared to the challenges he's faced.
When we first found out that Danny had had a stroke, we were very shocked. We didn't really know what that meant.
Patty Scrivano is the mother of Danny, who at the age of 2 suffered a debilitating stroke that left him paralyzed on the right side of his body. We first met the Scrivanos in 2005.
He was in the hospital for a surgery to remove a cyst that he had on his lung, and that really wasn't causing too much trouble, but surgeons said it needed to be removed. So we were in the hospital, and he had the surgery. It went well, and then 2 days later, one side of his body went limp. Took about 24 hours, and they realized that he had had a stroke.
We've been following Danny's story ever since.
I'm good at basketball because I'm good at shooting, and I'm a good player.
And as it turns out, that's not all he's good at as Danny continues to write new chapters in his life.
A teacher asked me to speak to his class. After that, then I started doing presentations, and when I did presentations, a woman asked me if I had a book.
And so Danny, doing what Danny does, went home and began writing.
This is my story, and to show that anything is possible. I just want to motivate other kids that it is possible to, whatever you're trying to do, to be successful.
And to be successful takes determination.
People always underestimated me throughout the years, and that just made me work even harder.
All the hard work is just normal to Danny, as this is the only life he has ever known.
I always thought that everyone was one-handed, or I just lived life and did everything one-handed and didn't think anything else of it.
And this is the next chapter Danny is writing.
I want to one day make the national table tennis team and hopefully one day go to the Paralympics. It takes a lot of hard work and many hours in the gym or on the table practicing and perfecting the art of that sport.
And as Danny's story continues to unfold, there is no doubt the best is yet to come.
The determination that I have, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going until I get there.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
For more information on Danny's book, you can go to his website, DannyScrivano.com. And to follow his athletic pursuits, head to his Facebook page, Danny Scrivano, Michigan Paralympic Hopeful. One of Utica's biggest landmarks is coming down.
We're removing the bell from our bell tower, which has been housed in this particular bell tower since 1956. It was originally in the 1905 church here on this very same corner, just behind me about 50 feet or so.
Trinity Lutheran Church is temporarily removing the bell from their bell tower to take care of some renovations and refreshing as a part of a capital campaign. Students had the opportunity to ring the iconic bell once it was brought down before they returned to class. The bell being removed has been atop the tower since its purchase in July of 1905. Electronic bells will be used in its place until the renovations to the building and tower are complete. Dust off those running shoes, there's another 5K run coming to downtown Utica. The Utica Shelby Kiwanis is putting on their first annual 5K pennant race at Jimmy John's Field Sunday, May 7th, with registration beginning at 8 a.m. The proceeds from the race will go to Macomb County Special Olympics and Kiwanis Club programs in Macomb County. For more information, or if you would like to sign up for this race, head to uticashelbykiwanis.org. Everyone wants to get into tip-top shape for summer, and our Dan Myers has showed you some easy squat techniques, but there's more to keep your lower body toned. He's back at Top Gun Fitness Facility in Shelby Township working on his beach bod.
Okay, so real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to go over just a simple body lunge with Dan here. So Dan, we kind of talked a little bit about some of the foundations and how to keep this movement particularly clean. So the first thing is Dan's just going to take a nice, easy stance, and then what he's going to do is he's going to go ahead and he's going to create a neutral spine where we're retracting the scapula inward and popping that chest out. We're going to have him go ahead and take the right foot forward, and he's going to hold it just for a second as he goes down. One of the big things is right here, guys, you see a lot of people, they'll bang the knee into the ground. Right here is where he's at, is perfect. That's all he needs to go. Now, as he comes up, what he's gonna do, he's gonna push off that toe and he's gonna squeeze the glute. As you see, he set himself before he went into the next lunge. You'll see a lot of people, they just go into the next lunge and they just keep going and going and going. Set yourself first, and especially when you start to become tired. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the frontal view from this, and one common mistake that commonly happens is people, when they put the foot forward, their knee kind of starts to buckle in. If you guys see that, could be a couple things. It could be a form issue, but also could be the fact that if you're using some type of sandbag or weight up top, it might be too much stress being applied to this motion. So once again, you could try backing the load up that you have upstairs that you're carrying, and that could help with that movement. So also the other thing is you'll see a lot of people, they bang the knee onto the ground. So make sure that those common mistakes, you're not. As you can see, he's got his toe loaded. He's going to push off right into the glute, set himself, and go right into the next lunge. There you go. Squeeze, contract now. Come on. Let's go. Good. Come on. Let's go. Head up, chest up. Good. Perfect form. There it is. Perfect form. Come on. Let's go. Squeeze, contract that glute. Push off that toe. Squeeze that glute. Head up, chest up. There you go. Come on. Good. Set. Let's go. Come on. Squeeze, contract now. Squeeze. Good. Set. Here we go. Come on. Dial it in. Good. One more big one, turn around, go back. Good. Squeeze, contract. Push off that toe, squeeze that glute, head up, chest up. Perfect. Excellent. Come on. Let's go. Squeeze. Good. Come on. There it is. Keep going now. Good. Squeeze, contract, set yourself. Good.
A Macomb County woman became $500,000 richer after she played the Michigan lottery at a Shelby Township gas station. The woman played this Lucky 7 scratch-off that revealed a clover which netted her $500,000. She purchased the tickets at the Marathon gas station on Mound Road. Still ahead on Shelby this week, Spring Lacrosse. We have all the action from Eisenhower's matchup against Lake Orion, and global finalists. Some Utica Community School students are headed on a trip to the global finals. Stay tuned.
Celebrate the 143rd running of the Kentucky Derby at the second annual Kentucky Derby Party hosted by Macomb Charity Connect and the Utica Shelby Rotary Club. Located at Steiny's Restaurant and Banquet Hall, you can enjoy dinner, contests, prizes, and more.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Lacrosse season is in full swing, and the Eisenhower Eagles played host to Lake Orion on Saturday. ShelbyTV's Austin Lass has highlights.
Swinehart Field for boys lacrosse action as your Eisenhower Eagles take on the Dragons from Lake Orion. The Dragons would get the scoring started early and often as Chris French takes the pass and rips a one-hopper past the goalie, putting Lake Orion up 1-0. Minutes later, Scout Ciora gets the pass deep in Eagles territory, and he nets the easy goal as the Dragons go up 2-0. Still in the first quarter, Ciora would get another pass in deep, and he scores his second goal of the game, putting the Dragons up 3-0. The Eagles would look to stop the bleeding in the first quarter as number 99 drives the lane and rips one past the goalie, finally getting the Eagles on the board. But Ciora would complete the hat trick in just the first half as he puts Lake Orion up 4-1. Heading into the halftime break, it would continue to be all Dragons after halftime as Chris French beats the goalie 5-hole, picking up his second goal of the game and putting the Dragons up 5-1. This time Max Thoy takes the pass from behind the net and rockets one past the goalie, putting Lake Orion up 6-1. Nolan Alexander would join in on the scoring onslaught as he rifles one home, putting the Dragons up 7-1. And now finally in the fourth quarter, for good measure, Willie Hauser houses this shot and his first goal of the game. And the Dragons would go on to win from a final score of 8-1.
Students from 7 Utica community schools will be competing in a nationwide creativity program. The students will travel to Knoxville, Tennessee later this month to compete in Destination Imagination. It's a program that blends research and creativity to engage students in critical thinking challenges. The students must work quickly and creatively to solve problems and offer the most innovative solutions. More than 1.5 million students have taken part in the Destination Imagination program. This year, students from Ebling, Beacon Tree, Davis, Heritage, Jeanette, Stevenson, and the Utica Academy will be eligible to compete. The Utica students are among the 8,000 participating this year. To help celebrate Earth Day in Shelby Township, a tree was planted at Maystecker Park. Though the crew planting the tree might have been a little overdressed, it still looked like they knew what they were doing. Arthur Schenk has more.
Poems are made by fools like me, and only God can make a tree. So goes the last verse of the poem Trees by Joyce Kilmer. Joyce Kilmer would have loved it here in Shelby Township due to our vast tree canopy. So adding to that canopy should benefit us all. That's why Township Supervisor Rick Stathakis and Parks and Rec Director Joe Youngblood were shovel ready and digging Arbor Day. The tree planting in Maystecker Park coincided with Macomb County's first countywide Arbor Day Festival. And on hand for the planting was County Program Manager for Land and Water Resources, Jerry Santoro.
A lot of communities do these individually. However, this year, we're trying to spread the word that trees are very important to our longevity and sustainability of a place.
Which is why the push for a greener Macomb County is high on the county's list of priorities. In the past couple decades, the county has lost much of the tree cover due to Dutch elm disease and the emerald ash borer. But with the right planting and the proper tree, we can help keep Macomb County and Shelby Township green for years.
So there's a lot of good reasons why trees make sense, but we always say it's about the right tree in the right place for the right purpose. And the county has partnered with these communities, including Shelby, and Shelby's been a great participant in this, but where we go to green.macombgov.org is sort of a clearinghouse for all of the work that all of the communities are doing in the partnership, what we call the Urban Forestry Partnership. And there's resources for citizens there, for homeowners, about what types of trees to plant where, and planting guides, as well as tree species. And then there's also a lot of work, art analysis done with our GIS and mapping systems that allows the communities to target where's the most sensible places to do their actual planting. So with all this coming together, we feel that this is the first time Arbor Day has sort of come together countywide, and we're pretty excited about it.
First of all, I want to thank Parks and Rec for the great job they do. Joe Youngblood, Director of Parks and Rec, for just maintaining our beautiful 1,100 acres of park space. They do a magnificent job, and today, on Arbor Day, we've added one more tree. So we're pretty happy about that, to celebrate not only the beautiful park space that we have, but also the fact that we have the biggest tree canopy in Macomb. We're really proud of that.
So I guess it's appropriate that a township with a tree in its logo be tree friendly, like Shelby Township. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Arthur Schenk.
And that does it for this edition of Shelby This Week. You can watch us online all the time on our Facebook page. Just search ShelbyTV. We will leave you with more scenes from the township's cleanup day. Thanks for watching.